not a pre-existent being, but
Yeah.
just a man.
Yeah, you
And then
suggested him to me, yeah.
there are some scholars that think that Paul believed Jesus was God, but they're going to be Christian. There's no secular scholar that I'm aware of today that says that Paul believed Jesus was God.
Yeah.
They will say, most of them will say that Paul believed Jesus was pre-existent. And again, there's some scholars who, like James Dunn, is Christian, who thinks Paul believed Jesus was not even pre-existent, but just a
Wouldn't he
man.
say the same thing about Jeremiah too? The prophet Jeremiah?
Um, I
That
don't know.
like Jeremiah was like he was stitched in the womb, but even before that, he was still there. I don't know. I'll have to go
Yeah,
back
I have
into
to look at
Jeremiah.
that. But yeah, that would be an interesting.
I guess Jeremiah or Lamentations, because I know Jeremiah also wrote Lamentations as well.
Yeah.
Hmm. But it's in one of Jeremiah's writings.
But what I found is that, the best scholars like James Dunn, which I recommended, he says that Paul believed that Jesus was not pre-existent, not God. He's in the minority. Um, and it leads me to believe that most of these scholars, when it comes to these types of things like the Christology of Paul, are very confused, because I actually trust what James Dunn says. And when I look at
Is
his
it just
interpretations, it makes complete sense.
is it just the argumentation that James Dunn like gives that just
Yeah, it's
convinces
good.
you?
It's really strong for him to establish that Paul didn't believe Jesus was pre existent in any sense or was God. I think his
Okay.
arguments are the best arguments, but they're not the popular arguments. And I think that just points to the idea that these biblical scholars are very confused when it comes to the identity of Jesus, according to Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. But given that, what's up, Josie? I guess you'll be my last guest, and then I'm probably gonna head over to Forest Live because his live is popping right now. But
Can
what
I
you got for me,
ask
Josie?
a question?
Go for it.
What's the purpose of this live? Is it to just spark debate among people on TikTok, or is it for you to personally believe?
Yeah, so my name is Mr. Coco. I host a channel called The Controversial Compass, and I host debates. I debate people, but I also have conversations, and I'm trying to figure out like what I believe in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
open-minded to like the Christian God existing, but just like the evidence doesn't really like convince me too much, and I'm still doing studies. Like I still look into like Jesus's resurrection and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to come on here. I don't want to put my personal belief because I don't want to like seem biased, but I was gonna say if you are looking to find that personal walk in faith, I wouldn't recommend TikTok Live, but there are so many other opportunities. So I just wanted to put that out there, but I'm glad that you're doing your own study. But I was just making
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and like I totally agree. Like, there are some individuals on TikTok who like study philosophy and like they're good, but they're compared to them, there is a huge amount of people who are like stupid, like say like dumb stuff. So it's like don't listen to
Oh,
them.
that's
TikTok
not
I
is
just don't
true.
want you
not.
to be misinformed and
That's
this be
not so
your only
stupid.
form of like, influence.
Yeah, like outside of TikTok, I'm reading articles and I'm peeking into like academic like sources and stuff. Yeah,
Perfect. Make up your mind. Continue, y'all.
yeah,
I would
but
recommend
totally.
John. Oh, what's his name? Give me a second.
Yeah.
Because there's this awesome TikToker named Austin that I follow, and he always gives great book recommendations. But I need
Oh,
to
okay.
see. I need to see ancient Christianity. Is that what it is? I think it's by Paula Fredrickson.
Paula
Give me a
Fredrickson
second.
is dynamite. She
Yeah,
actually
I've
says,
heard that
Coco,
name
she's a
before.
Jewish scholar who's one of the best scholars in the world on Jesus. And she says, I wasn't there, but as a historian, I know the apostles and them saw something. I wasn't there, but as a historian, I know they saw something.
Yes,
Wait,
yeah,
dead
She
that's
ass?
is
Paula.
Like that's what she
she is
says? Dead
she
ass?
is really, really good scholar too.
It's
So she's
called
saying that.
it's called Ancient Christianity's the First 500 Years. She lays out the first 500 years of Christianity. If I remember correctly, starting almost like exactly like where Acts begins, like just after the crucifixion and resurrection, and then she goes from there and uses all different types of sources from Roman, from Jewish, from Christian, and all that to formulate the book. I just
She's a
ordered
hard
it.
hitter for sure.
Yeah, I just ordered it, and I'm excited to read it.
You know, you could get these books for free on Anna's Archive, right?
Anna's Archive. Give me a second.
Yeah. I got Christology in the Making by James Dunn off there. I would recommend that if you're ever curious about.
As in like ordering it or just like downloading it as a PDF?
You could download it as a PDF from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The largest truly open library in human history?
Yeah, you could get most things on there for free. Sir told me about it.
Okay. But with that, I'm probably gonna end. I'm gonna head over to Forrest's live.
Yeah, no problem, man.
And check that out. But yeah, and also
Coco.
and I did add the basically the two Bibles I'm gonna go to, right, is just gonna be NRSV study Bible and then an NASB study Bible.
NRSV UE. I would recommend the updated edition for sure over the NRSV.
Remember, get a cultural background study Bible because understanding like the histories of the people that are also writing this can help you a lot with understanding why they're composing it in a certain way.
Oh, you should DM me like a version, like to specifically.
I can.
Yeah, I'll DM you the version I'm talking about too.
And then and then the cultural Bible, and then those will be the two that I go with. Yeah, I definitely want those two.
Alrighty, I'll see you later then.
Is not jealous yet in Exodus God says I'm a jealous God, so God is not.
So I just destroyed that. Hold on. So I just destroyed that contradiction earlier, and obviously you didn't hear it.
No, I gave you a biblical definition of love, and your own God said that He does not prescribe.
You're wrong.
So
you're wrong.
Now we're gonna stop. Shush. No,
I just destroyed that earlier.
Ma, can we please mute? Did not.
Yes, I did.
Mute him. I don't want to scream, for fuck's sake.
You can't mute a Christian mod. I am a moderator.
Dude, ew, why is he a mod? This is fucked up, Forrest, man. I'm telling you, because then it brought me down.
He was only given a mod because he was the only Christian here, and there was a bunch of panel.
Me and Forrest were
like, but we could change that anytime you want.
BZE. This is not civilized. This is you have thinkers screaming, you have everyone screaming. This is ridiculous. This is not a
guys, control yourselves. Control yourself.
Remember, shut the fuck up. Then we would actually not yell.
Interrupting everybody. Why is this entertainment? And the biblical definition of love that says that love is supposed to be not jealous. And in Exodus, your God says, I'm a fucking jealous. And the Old Testament is completely different to the New. Now, if you think you're living under the new covenant where you says that you can actually do away with these laws, all right, let's read what the new covenant actually is. It's found in Jeremiah 31:31. Now, oh my God. The days are coming.
I've got it pulled up right now.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was going to say I've got it pulled up if you needed me to read it, but you already have it.
No, I have it here. I just don't want to fucking scream. Jesus. All right. The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the people of Israel and with the people of Judah. It will not be like the covenant I made with their ancestors when I took them by the hand to lead them out of Egypt, because they broke my covenant, though I wouldn't declare out of Egypt, because they broke my covenant, though I was husband to them, declares the Lord. This is the covenant I will make with the people of Israel after that time, declares the Lord. I will put my law in their minds and write it in their hearts. I will be their God and they will be my people. No longer will they teach to their neighbor or say to one another, know the Lord, because they will all know me, from the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord. For I will forgive their wickedness and remember their sins no more. So what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? We have actual prophecy of the fucking new covenant. And the new covenant does not require the blood sacrifice of the Messiah. All right. Now, what it does say is that you will have that law in your friggin' mind, tattooed and lasered in such a way that you won't be able to go against it or to sin, because sin is to go against the law. All right. Now, this passage is literally telling you that your free will and all this fucking lovey-dovey bullshit that you think you have. No, that's not that plan of your fucking God. Your God wants you to never be able to break the law. That's why it says no one will have to be able to tell to one another, know the Lord. Basically, no one has to tell to anybody, yo, you're sinning. That should not even be. If the Messiah had come, if the new covenant had been fulfilled, if it had come or been done by Yahweh himself, because he's not even saying that this is something the Messiah is going to do. It's himself that's going to do it. All right. So read your book. All right. And try to understand it. And instead of coming and being obtuse, all right, learn it.
Okay, now it's my turn, so I can destroy you. Okay, so now you said jealousy. Won't you go look up the actual words for jealousy in the Hebrew and in the Greek?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a
One is
shit about
Quiana,
jealousy. Fuck you and jealousy.
one is Quiana, and
I
the
don't
other one is
care
Peru.
about your stupidity.
When you
I
go
don't
look
care
at
about your
that, you'll know
stupidity.
the
I don't
two
care about your stupidity.
differences of the jealousy
I
is
don't care
one
about
is
your
a
stupidity. You're not
covenantal
under a new
jealousy.
fucking covenant.
Jeremiah
You're not under a new
31:31.
covenant.
If you
You see
know
how I
and
could be
look at the,
obtuse too? You see how it could be stupid too?
you're fun.
You see?
Why are you mad? This is what you guys did to the Christians, and they left. Like,
Oh, the poor Christians.
you sound like the
poor
Christians, bro. No,
Look,
I'm laughing because you sound like the Christians.
if the law is not in effect, why do fucking Christians like to have it and friggin' like impose it and put it in front of
Who's
courtrooms and shit?
imposing it?
Oh, we need to put the 10 Commandments in front of the courtroom, man.
Bro,
Dude,
I never said
if
that.
Yahweh, if Yeshua the Yahweh, all right, if that jurisprudence actually went by and all the law was discarded except love God and love thy neighbor, then why are you fucking around with the 10 Commandments? That doesn't count too.
Bro, I never said that, and I actually voted against it being in schools and stuff because it doesn't
You
belong in
voted against being
schools.
in schools?
I
You voted
voted
against that?
I voted
Really?
against the 10
Yeah?
Commandments not being
When?
in schools.
When?
Yes, I
What
did.
day? What
Uh,
day?
a couple days ago, actually,
You see
in
how
Bakersfield.
you can fuck around with people like with stupidity this way?
What are you talking about, ma'am? Go look it up. They voted on
Look
it
it
at
up.
the.
Look it up.
Go look it up. They voted on it at the
Who's they?
KCSUD.
Who is they?
Bakersfield. Bakersfield. The Bakersfield Kern County School District voted on having it in schools, and I voted against it, madam.
Wonderful.
So
Either
learn
way,
first. Don't come at me with your twistedness.
why was it brought up in the first place? If Christians believe
Because
they're not
did
under
I
these
say
10
I'm Christian?
no. If Christians don't believe that they're under these 10 commandments, then why bring it up in the first place?
Bro, you're bringing up a nonsensical
why bring it up?
point.
Why try to pass legislation about putting the fucking 10 commandments in front of a school if you don't believe in that shit anymore?
Where are you getting this? You only have one person.
Bitch.
You only have one person on here, and I don't claim Christianity. I've already explained my point on Christianity.
You don't claim it, so you're not a Christian anymore. You're done with Christianity. Thank you.
Bro,
oh my God, we have a convert. I've done my duty. You are all welcome.
You sound goofy. Christian again.
Okay, hang on. This is a good time for a pause, real quick. Forrest, are you with us still? I just need to take a quick mod break, and if Forrest is not present, then Coco, are you a mod?
I think I was a mod.
Okay, yeah, he keeps swapping in and out mods because we keep kind of coming and going. I was gonna see if Plum wanted to come up and see if he could.
Coco is a mod on my end. Like if I look at his name, it says moderator. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna trade places with Plum real quick, and if
where'd he go?
Oh, that was fast.
Well, did you say Baker County? Baker's County?
Bakersfield.
What county? Bakersfield.
So California.
Yeah, Kern County voted on it, and I voted against it. Anyway,
you said Kern County?
Yes.
Yeah, they did that. They did that in November, and it was done at a school board meeting. It wasn't done yesterday.
I said the other day.
It wasn't done the other day either. Kern County. Kern County did it at a school board meeting.
That's what I
And
said.
that was done back in November. No, you said you voted on it the other day.
Yes,
Are you part of
on the
the
school
school board?
district. On the school
And
district.
you have kids?
Yes. What is wrong with
How
like?
old
Are
are
you
you?
kidding
How old are
me?
you?
I'm 35. Like, what does this have to do with anything?
I don't believe you because you literally said
You
the other
don't
day, and
believe me.
and November the 13th is not the other day. Like nobody says the other day when it was more than a month ago, damn near 2 months ago.
If you say so, I talk like that. Anyway, the point being, again, I don't go necessarily thinking that the 10 commandments, this and that and the other, and that they need to be in schools and on children and push down things. Again, I don't believe in that. Again, I don't know why I have to keep going over Christian and what it truly means and how it even got there, because I guess you guys don't understand the history of where Christian comes from. Everybody says that it's a Christ follower, but it never really meant that. It was a derogatory term. Even Paul rejects the term with Agrippa. So again, I don't claim Christianity. I think Peter, it chose to run with it. He chose to run with it because he said, don't be offended by it. And from there, everybody's like, let's keep it. So then he runs to Rome. Rome indoctrinates it and changes
My bad, I was
it.
playing 2K.
Can I just read something right quick? It
You don't have to
says
ask me to do anything.
the board. Thank you, Forrest. It says November 2025. The board scheduled a vote, but postponed it for further research. Court decision against similar initiatives, and with some members noting it might be a battle that we would not win. So no vote actually occurred. So how did you vote on it the other day?
Yes,
If
it
they
did.
scheduled it?
Yes, it did. We voted.
Oh,
We
okay,
voted on
okay.
it. We voted on it, and from there,
Thou shalt not lie.
It got pushed. But I voted not to.
You see, people, how you smoke
That's not-
bullshit out of people?
That's not
This is how you
bullshit.
smoke bullshit. This is how you smoke.
You
No,
can-
I already
look,
did
that's
it.
fine.
No,
I don't
BZ,
care.
I
She
already
just
did
read
it like
she
10
just read
minutes
an
ago.
article, dude.
But the
I already
article
did it
doesn't
10
say that we
minutes ago
didn't
when
vote
you-
on it. It says we did.
Again,
It said
my question
indefinitely.
stands. My question is still going to stand. If you don't believe, if Christians, now I'm going to go general, not just you, BZ, all right? Now, if Christians don't believe that they're under the rule of the 10 Commandments, why bring it up at all? Can you answer that?
Yeah, because Jesus said it hangs on all of them,
Is
and
that
they
an
are
answer
written,
any of yours okay
and they
with?
are written in our heart, bro.
In your heart? Then why do you need it to have it in stone in front of courts? If Christians
Dude,
believe
for the 20th time,
wait a
I
minute,
don't
because
believe in that.
You just fucked it up again. Because if it's true that Christians believe that they have it in their hearts, why do they need it in stone then? See, you keep putting yourself in the corner, idiot.
Who is putting myself in the corner? I don't
You
claim to be a
are
Christian,
doing
bro.
it yourself to yourself. You're
You
actually
make
doing
no
it to
sense.
yourself. You're doing it to yourself, bro.
I was
You're
like,
literally doing it to yourself.
I do
You're
wanna-
saying, oh, well, we believe in my heart. Well, okay, well, if you believe it in your heart, then why
Corey.
put it in stone?
Real quick, let's let Tulip have a word.
Yeah, it's sorry. I just had a question about like what is your relationship with God? So you don't claim to be a Christian. What do you identify
So
as?
again, the Christians believe relationship with God. Nothing in Scripture actually teaches.
I'm saying you. I'm saying you.
Hold on,
What is
hold
your
on.
belief?
I'm telling you. So nothing in Scripture actually explains a relationship with God. Christians believe this because of the building, actually the church, the pastors, all these other people that teach them incorrectly. Christians believe, oh, I need a relationship with God. Well, really, nothing in Scripture teaches that. Not depart from me, not draw near to me, nothing. All the word is to.
Thanks, Hurricane. For the record, if anybody else who's a Christian can come up, pick a number 1 through 7. Obviously, I'm not going to drop Thinker. That would be stupid. But yeah, I don't have another Christian to debate up here right now. So if somebody can come help BZE out, I'd appreciate it. And other than that, I'm just going to listen.
What up, Forrest? Hey, brother.
What's up, Coco? I got this small-time creator Thinker. If everybody could just give her a follow and help her out, She's been struggling to get people in her lives lately.
What the hell?
She only gets
Please,
like
I need it.
yeah, she only gets like 20 or 30 people in her lives, but you know, I think she's great personally. So if you could follow her, that'd be awesome.
I think she's fucking amazing.
Literally a celebrity.
She's amazing.
Starstruck.
I've seen her live.
Thank y'all.
They're amazing.
I never have. Sometimes I ask her.
You guys have heard of her?
Yeah, of course.
She has
I
more
was the
followers
super-
than she has more
Yeah, I was a
followers than all of us
super fan.
combined up here.
Yeah, I was a
super fan.
earlier in the year, and then she got Hollywood on me. She made it like $50 a month, and she doesn't give you but 5 minutes on FaceTime, and she just yells at you the whole time.
That wasn't me. That was TikTok's doing.
But yeah, so
So anyways, yeah, so like I was saying, nothing actually teaches that. And I'm sorry these Christians have learned that.
Other people were talking.
No, ma'am, they weren't. I was asked a question.
it's okay. It's okay. He can answer it.
Anyways, so they were taught that, and that's incorrect. Just because draw near to me, just because depart from me, all that they believe they have to have a relationship. When all honestly, the scripture actually teaches is genosko or haruska, which means to know and or obey. That's all it means. There is nothing that teaches to have a relationship with God. And these Christians that they're calling themselves and whatnot are learning this from these pastors and these people. And again, this wasn't even known years ago. There was no such thing as relationship or this or that. It was just obeying God. And the scriptures completely show this or know God, which is Jeremiah 22:16. So from there, those teachings have been just misconstrued. And again, the only reason why they got misconstrued is because these pastors and mega churches wanted people's butts and seats. So what's the easiest thing? Hey, guess what?
But
You need a
I asked you what
relationship.
2 + 2 is, and you are giving me a whole definition of
Okay,
what math is.
I just
I
claimed-
asked
I
you.
just claimed to be a disciple.
What are you? You
I
didn't
just-
need to go on a whole rant about the definition of what Christianity is or the backstory of it. I asked what your relationship with God is, or what you identify as.
I just believe
No,
that
you okay? Say it.
I just believe that you should be a disciple and to let others call you disciple. 1 John 13:35.
So
Thank you. That's all I needed.
I have to ask here. So you say that you're not a Christian, but the definition of a Christian is a follower of the teachings of Jesus Christ, and during particularly his ministry. So if you believe in the paradigm of Christianity, you believe that Jesus Christ is still alive today. Therefore, you fit every mold of a Christian. But like many other Christians, what I think you're attempting to do is separate yourself from the semblance that we understand Christianity today to be, and that is, when we think of Christianity, especially in the atheist community, as ones of us who have deconstructed, we understand that there's a lot of harm, violence, and just general like misogyny and harmful kind of principles to this religion. Are you trying to separate yourself from that? Or is it truly just that you don't believe that you're a Christian? Because I can understand if you want to separate yourself from the atrocities of the past and even the ones that happen today, but you understand that you do basically fulfill every definition, you just don't call yourself that.
So, you said that it means like the follower of Christ and whatnot, which, I mean, back in the day, they really didn't have a true meaning of it. It was just a derogatory term. That term was actually founded after I think like 350 AD.
Yeah. But what's the way that we apply it today, right?
But the way you apply it today, yes.
regardless of whether or not some other group of people like the Romans used it as a derogatory term, that does not negate the fact that the people that were the subject of that derogatory term were following Christ. That's what they were doing, regardless of whether or not someone else tried to make it, an insult against them. That's still what they were doing.
Well, that's the thing. They weren't truly following Christ because they were misconstruing it. The Catholic Roman Church made it different. And even King Henry, when he separated himself to have a wife, and created all these denominations, that's what made Jesus's words like just false.
Well, to be fair, the whole problem started when this started to be utilized by Gentiles, because we go to Deuteronomy 32:8, it's not even supposed to be beyond Israel. There is a limit, there are bounds. You do know that, right?
Yes,
Let's go
there
to
was. It
Deuteronomy
was supposed to be.
32:8.
It was supposed to be straight for Israel, but then it,
No, but
got to
then
be
that
everybody.
never changed. Even Jesus said, I only came for the lost sheep of Israel, because he's following this particularity. Now
So what
let's
happens
read
in Revelation?
let's read what Deuteronomy says. Now, Deuteronomy 32:8 says, when the Most High gave the nations their inheritance, when he divided all mankind, he set up boundaries for the people according to the numbers of the son of Israel, for the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob, his allotted share. Beezy, question, how many gods did I mention in that just passage? How many?
One.
No, there are two, actually. The Most High would be Yahweh's daddy, because it's usually the daddies who give inheritances, right? So the Most High is not Yahweh. That would be El. Now, the Lord, that would be Yahweh, okay? So we have two gods in this passage. One daddy giving out the inheritance to his son, to one of his, baby boys, and he gives him specifically Israel. That is just his portion, because Baal has his portion, Beelzebub has his portion, and all his other kids have their own portion. But since this is Yahweh's book, right, we're going to focus just on him. So he has an allotted share. And when Jesus comes back, he says that he only comes for the lost sheep of Israel, to the point that he basically calls a Canaanite / actual Greek woman a dog, because it's not meant for her. Until she recognizes that she is a dog, then he's like, well, you know what? I'm going to give you the pity party.
Yeah,
So,
you're
dude,
100%.
there are rules and boundaries and everything. Have you read the book? Have you actually sat down and read it?
Absolutely.
And tried to
And
understand
again,
it?
why
It doesn't
is it
seem like that.
Why is it in
doesn't seem like that.
Revelations? Why is it in Revelations that it says
Why
there's
are you focusing on
many?
Revelations when Revelations is not a prophecy of the original God? That is Hellenistic lore. Again, you go to the Old Testament, to the Tanakh.
She is correct, because Revelation was written at a way later date.
Exactly.
Well after the New Testament was
By
already written.
symbols at that.
So,
Now,
Get 'em,
I
Hanchi.
came up here thanks to Forrest. Hey,
Hanchi,
Coco.
go ahead,
Hey,
Hanchi.
everyone.
You take over, mommy.
No, good. I was going to ask, so you're saying that you are a follower of Christ, correct?
I try to be, yeah.
Okay, so Serapis?
What?
So you follow Serapis?
I don't know what that is.
So Serapis, according to the early Christians, which were deemed Christians later
Talking
on,
about the way?
because Tacitus, yes, Tacitus writes about the Christians, which were followers of the way, which they actually pinpointed to Sinope as Serapis, which was the unknown Greco-Egyptian deity of the time. Those were the Christians of the time. So, because you are a follower of the quote-unquote way, you're technically a Serapis worshiper.
No. All I claim to be is 1 John 35. That's it. And that is showing love to everybody. No matter if you come at me, no matter if you talk mess to me, no matter what you do, I still show you love, and I still try to see Jesus inside of you no matter what.
Who gets to
So
decide
are you
whether or
following
not?
John or Jesus? Sorry,
What?
Nico, go ahead by all means.
I just want to know. Like, he keeps talking about this. I show love. Who gets to decide command me to love shit because you nor your
He
Jesus know
doesn't
what love
command you
is.
to love.
And y'all think that it is obedience. Your ass has been in here screaming the whole entire time. You're
I haven't
love.
screamed at all.
You gotta love. Yes.
You're
Oh my
lying.
God, y'all's lack of
You are the only one
accountability.
that's been
Y'all's
screaming.
lack of accountability for your own
Bro,
actions
I haven't screamed not
it's something
once.
to marvel at. It's something
I
to
actually
marvel
came
at.
up to stop your screaming.
You're
That's why I
lying.
came up because I was sick
You're
of your
lying. I haven't
screaming.
screamed once. Get the heck
Dude,
out of
you
here.
haven't screaming, dude.
I've laughed at all
You're
of you
annoying
guys.
AF.
Talk
Stop.
over people.
You don't love anybody because, again, if you only follow John, then you have to discard the entire book.
I don't follow John.
If you're gonna
just
only
don't.
follow one passage and you're not a Christian, you're not, and nothing that has to do with Yahweh.
Ma'am, you're incorrect.
And the funny
I'm
thing
sorry.
is that John isn't even written by John, nor is it Jesus's words. It is quote unquote Paul's words, even though Paul didn't exist. But even then, that's technically his words of the book. So just say you're a Paulite or a
No.
Pauline.
Jesus didn't exist.
Because that's what you are.
What do you mean? What are you talking?
Well, also true.
What are you talking about? Paul wrote John?
Paul and Jesus never existed.
According to the mythology, Paul wrote John. No verse in John was by Jesus.
I know. I agree. Nothing was supposedly written like handwriting by
So
Jesus.
how
But
can you
all
say you're a
scripture is
follower
God.
of? How can you say you're a follower of Jesus
All scripture
when
is
you're
God
following Paul?
All scripture is God breathed, and everything is from a remembrance. And
The
that's
same thing can be said about Amun. The same thing can be said about Zeus. The same thing can be said about Odin.
If that's your verse, and if that's your faith, then okay.
Is a baby compared. This book
if that's your faith, then
is
okay.
a baby compared to older mythologies. It is a mythology. The same thing.
Sorry, I don't agree. Nor is there enough evidence to claim that.
There is plenty of historical, archaeological, and scholarly consensus on the evidence that yes.
No, there's absolutely not. If you could show me one. Show me one.
Okay, Nina Livesey. Nina Livesey is a scholar who wrote about the letters of Paul. And we find out that Paul never existed because the dating of Paul is well after the 2nd century, 200 years after Jesus' supposed passing. Not one person during the 1st century wrote about Jesus. Not Pliny the Younger, not Josephus, not Pliny the Elder. But we do have writings and Julius Caesar, Nero, even, that you guys like to, push in the back end. You tend to forget about him. See, the thing is that we don't have anything on Jesus or Barros. They are dated later to fit a narrative. They are anachronistic to the time.
What narrative?
Mythology, characters in a book based on some historical events. The same thing with the Iliad and the Odyssey. You have real places, real characters, based on real people, but the whole census and story is fake.
So Jesus was a real person, according to you, but nothing happened.
No, he wasn't.
No. The people around him, like Herod, I didn't say Jesus specifically. See, this is why you need to listen. King Herod and his sons were real. He wasn't.
Wait,
Julius Caesar and Nero were real. He wasn't.
So really
Go
quick,
ahead, Coco.
So really quick, BZE, they're going to hold to a mythicist position. Like, they don't believe that, like, Jesus existed, which honestly, Christ before Jesus is doing amazing work, actually, on, like, studying all of that stuff. I still need to look into it. I would grant that Jesus existed, but I need to look into, like, the mythicist literature, and then, like, the Paul stuff. Paul not existing, that's interesting. But the literature was written to like way after 200 years, you're saying?
Yes, we don't really have anything pertaining to Paul himself. And the thing is that Eusebius was a well-known liar for the early church, as an early church father that said that he would push the narrative as he sees fit to push Christianity as a stronghold and as truth.
That is accurate.
These
I
are
have heard
his
about
words.
that.
I was about to say, Coco,
Yeah.
you talked to PRK how many times and you don't know this?
Oh no, like I know about like the mythicist position and like Christ before Jesus' work, but I haven't read like deep into it. Like why they have so much evidence and are super
Do it.
convinced
His
that
ebook is $3 right now. Do it.
That's fine.
I could get it, yeah. Like low-key I could get his ebook. But like I haven't looked like super deep into it. I typically just grant Paul and like Jesus existed. But I have heard about like that one church father saying he would be willing to like lie to like push Christianity, like whatever it takes,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
But nobody in history ever met Paul, not even Marcion. So like even before Jaron's work, what do you say, Forrest? Even before Jaron's work, like if you think about the fact that Marcion was the first to ever have this Paul letters, and Marcion doesn't even call him Paul in any of his works. So like, and Paul would have existed before Marcion was even born. So no one in history has ever met this person.
Well, wait. So given
And
that,
I have a hot take on that, Thinker. I have a hot take on that.
1 second, guys. I do
Marcion
apologize.
is Paul.
1 second. I do apologize. I need Transparency for Christ or Idan Aran. If y'all could come up, I'd really appreciate it. Once again, no offense. I'm not going to drop Thinker, but if you pick a number 1 through 7, I'll drop the person that corresponds with that number. I have Tosh up here. Tosh is at least a theist, but he's not a Christian, so this question doesn't really apply to him.
Team theist.
I mean,
W theist.
I mean, it's something
Yes.
for sure. But if Transparency for Christ or Idan could come up, BZE has been, getting lambasted for about an hour and a half now.
wait, keep me.
I never heard of you. Who are you again?
No,
Damn.
no, darn.
What's your name?
I'm the famous Coco.
Yeah.
Holy
sure,
cow, that
buddy.
was pretty.
That was pretty.
Hey, Mama
But yeah,
Beth, thank you so
that's
much
my
for
hot
being here. I
take.
truly appreciate it. That's your spot if you'd like. I'm gonna put Thinker up in the top corner. Plum is one of my main mods, so I'll put her in the top corner, and then Coco's another one of my great friends, and obviously everybody who knows me should know that that's a joke when I say that to him, just like I said about Thinker earlier. But I really could use a Christian. Anybody, please. I saw Idan. I know you're a Christian. Critical Thinker for Christ. I'm guessing you don't want to come up here and duke it out with Thinker, but you at least have like 18,000 followers. So just a Christian, please come in.
Yeah. Well, so also like question for Thinker. So like,
No shot. Thank you, Idan. I appreciate that.
So if Paul doesn't exist, and like Paul's known for writing for multiple people, so does that mean like a lot of writings are thrown out? Like I have to look at my notes. Wait, it's on my laptop. But like Paul writes for like Jesus's cousin, I think, and he also writes for like a lot of apostles, and like all that stuff just gets thrown out if Paul never even existed.
So about only 7 of the letters are believed to come from the same author that they're calling Paul. The rest of them were written after this person supposedly would have died and attributed to this same person to give it apostolic credibility by the early church fathers as they were deciding what would be scripture. I'm not saying that I know for a fact that Paul never existed. I'm saying no one ever met this person. There is speculation that several other people wrote
Going to be spending a scholarly penny, okay? She's $105, but she's worth it. If you want the PDF,
Jesus
just
Christ.
message me. I hope you heard that last part, though. But also, there is the New Testament involving Markeon, or Marcion as people know, by Jason Badoon. That is $25 on the AMS of Zons. So those are just two scholarly works that if anyone wants to. Yes, shut up. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to go back on mute. That's why, like, if you actually look at Markeon's Evangelion, it has a correlation. Mark has a correlation with the Evangeline, and so does Luke and Matthew.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in the rabbit hole tonight now. Oh my God. Thank you for connecting those dots.
And another Easter egg here, too, is that the Evangelion is literally a term for the good word or the gospel. What is the New Testament?
The good news.
For gospels, the good news.
Damn, he's right in our face.
Thinker, can I ask,
And
when did you actually start on TikTok?
oh, that's a good
2020.
question. Oh, a year after me. Well, I was in the anime streets during that time.
Yeah, I
But
came over during COVID.
Oh, 2020?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So that's a
we'll do
long
it.
time ago. So you've been building up, because I can't go in your live and see less than at least 300 to 450 people, and I don't care if I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, yeah, like it could be 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. I never see any less than 300 to 400 people, and at a peak, it's like at least like like 700-800 people.
Yeah, I've only been doing lives for 2 years. I just hit my 2-year anniversary December 14th.
Oh, okay. So typically, yeah, I mean, like, and then like when you brought me up there that one time, or actually 2 times, like 24 hours, I think I gained like 700 people overnight. And so I'm still appreciative of that too.
You're welcome. I think more people need to know about your lives. So, yeah.
I thought that
agree.
the most ironic thing ever was that you were like, well, Forrest had a great live, and I haven't stayed in anybody's. I still remember you were saying, that I was there for like 6 hours, and ironically, that was like, I mean, like, Bought by Blood put me to sleep that live. My live ended because I had fallen asleep, and I had you and Bought by Blood, and I had Everlasting God. I had some good creators, and in my head, I was like, there's no way that I should tell her this. But yeah, I fell asleep because Bought by Blood's apologetics. I like the guy, but his apologetics put me to sleep every time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think he's cosplaying at this point. Like, he has to be, right?
Oh, he's definitely not.
That's a whole pastor.
Oh.
Like something about his voice. Or maybe the content.
Well, I don't mean to crush Christian
Like a
dreams in
soothing
chat,
laugh, like a
but we did have a certain scholar on Jaren's live stream the other day that is very friends with a certain urban, excuse me, another scholar that
Names, man. Name names.
is. I'm not going to dox the scholar that told us this information, but I will dox the scholar that he was talking about. So apparently, when Ehrman retires, he will be announcing to the public that he, in fact, you heard me.
Telling that I know what you said again.
Oh,
Wait, you were breaking up.
oh, I did cut out. Oh, universe, no, let me spoil this, please. Apparently, Ehrman will be announcing when he retires, because he's still, doing the whole scholarly thing. This was from his friend on the live stream. That he even is in the mysticism field, that he does not believe.
That is kind of fascinating.
So keep a lookout because time is ticking.
I'll be interested to see what he has to say. I mean, he can't really do it right as long as he's.
It's going to be in book form. as long as he's still doing the whole school thing and stuff, he's going to continue, to grift on that. Yeah. But the thing is that it doesn't help his case that his wife is Christian, so he does have a. But once he retires and the book is released, everyone will know the truth. He never believed that Jesus.
Don is a Christian, by the way. I do believe, right?
Yes, he is.
Hi. Yes, I am Christian.
Well, we've got BZ up here, but he's been getting fucking flambéed for like 2 hours. So if you want to jump in and help your fellow believer out, that'd be helpful.
It depends on the angle of questioning.
Well, you can. I mean, at this point, you've got 4 pretty seasoned debaters up here, so you can pick your topic and you can pick your fighter. But obviously, I'm gonna kind of gear things towards Thinker. She's kind of this guest celebrity here.
Talked a while ago, but you were saying something about Bart Ehrman thinks what about Jesus?
That he never existed, but he's not going to announce it to the public until he retires.
He's actually one of the like atheist New Testament scholars that I do like to listen to, because he gives a pretty fair perspective. But he will say things like, I've heard him talk about Richard Carrier, and he's like, they
got beef. They got beef.
I know, exactly. So I know Richard Carrier is one of those people who says Jesus never existed, but Bart Ehrman has beyond beef. He like doesn't even want to address it because he thinks it's like so. I mean, he thinks it's so stupid to even say that.
It's because when you're in academics, right, and you've made a profit or a living off of said academics, you will keep your beliefs to yourself until the time is right.
That's not his belief. He makes fun of that. Why would you even think that's his belief?
No, that Jesus never existed is what I'm saying.
Why would you think that's Bart Ehrman's belief when he makes fun of people who believe
I
that?
don't think it because his friend personally announced it to a special mythicist that's in this platform on his channel when they got into a deep discussion. And Bart Ehrman is not the only scholar that has the same viewpoint as our mythicist friend or Richard. There are plenty of other scholars that are coming out of the woodwork and agreeing that Second Temple. And the thing is that we had a term for teacher in the Greek, which was didaskelai or didoskilai, if you go to the ancient text of the Koine. Now, the thing is that why would they put and force a Hebrew word that wasn't even around until after 70? We already had a term for teacher. And if they were to use a term for teacher during the time frame of the 1st century, it would have been Cohen, according to the Hebrew. So that's out of place in time. Then we also have Jesus's baptism, which is
not teacher.
No, Cohen, according to the Hebrew, is teacher.
No. Today, if you look at there's Cohens and the Levites.
I'm not looking at
Cohens
today.
are the
I'm looking
descendants
at
of
the
Aaron.
ancient text.
That goes back to ancient times because
And
the Cohens are the descendants of Aaron.
I learned this from a rabbi that it would have been Cohen for teacher.
Yeah, I've learned this from a rabbi
That's
too.
wrong.
Okay?
It's super wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
I
don't
can
know
bring
what
them
you're
in
talking
here.
about. You don't know what you're
I
talking about.
do know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Cohen, no, she's right. Like
dude.
The priest. I'm sorry. Hold on. Cohen in
Excuse
Hebrew
me, I know
is
what
priest.
I know what
I'm sorry. Hello. In Hebrew, Cohen is priest, and the priest would have been the teachers. So, like that's what you're referring to, Hanji. Is that right?
Oh no, Thinker, at your Dati Greek.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thinker, at your Dati Greek.
Idan, you know damn well I read Hebrew, and yes, I know Hebrew. You know that. You sit in my live night after
Mama.
night. So I don't know
No,
why you're asking me that.
Is
But
there?
hold on, but you sit in my live night after night. And you know that I read Hebrew. You know that I'm in my I just finished my
You
third
didn't turn
semester
on
of
your live.
Hebrew.
I haven't seen your
Hold
live
on,
in months.
Idon, because you've been
Okay.
blocked. Because you've been
Okay, so how
blocked.
can I be on your live?
That's why.
Okay,
So I
how
don't
would
know
I be in your
why.
live night tonight?
So I don't know why you just asked
That's
me that. But you know,
Lila Belila?
Idon. You know, Cohen it's priest in Hebrew. I don't know why. I don't even know why
Exactly.
you're
It's
playing
not
like that.
teacher. Exactly. It's not teacher. Thank you. That's what I was
The
Priests
saying.
were
priest would have been
teachers
the
during
teachers
the
of the
first
law.
century
No, teacher is
because
something
rabbis
else.
were later.
Teacher is different than
Rabbinical
priest.
Judaism was second century, which is
Okay,
what the story
so
is talking about. They're talking
Cohen,
about something that
Cohen
wasn't
goes back
solidified.
to
Okay, I know you don't like it that women are more intelligent than you when it comes to your own book. I'm not going to talk over you. I'm not going to argue with someone whose G-spot is in their asshole. Now, when it comes to the New Testament, they are writing things in term that is out of time. We had a Greek word for teacher. They went out of their way to use a term